Hello, friends. First off, no matter how long I wait to film this after or to start talking, it's probably going to be a weird thumbnail. That's just a me thing. Okay, so no matter if you're in Music 110, Music 113, or Music 140, you're going to need the same advice about music critiques, okay? There's several things that are pet peeves. There's things that will help you. So I just want you to know. All right. I always provide very complete instructions and models or examples for my students to go by. Okay, so first off, let's talk about this. Now, music critiques, I would love them to be all opinion based. I mean, all your own words. Believe me, I would much rather have one with your opinion and a misspelling and something that is your work than a copied and pasted one. Okay, so first off, I'm wise to that. I know what the literature says about these songs and all that kind of stuff. But an opinion is an opinion, and you have your right to one. Okay, now there's no crime in this, no crime in getting inspiration. I know you all don't have music degrees, and many of you have not been lifelong musicians, but some of you may have. So you're not that familiar with the terminology. Cite that source, and a website listing is not a citation, it's just a website listing, and you'll not get full points for that. Now, go to any citation generator, put in everything you can find about the literature or the piece you're looking up, and don't just cite the YouTube video. That's not what I'm looking for. I sent you that. Cite the research. Okay. Second of all, y'all, some of y'all have had 3 times. Some of y'all have been in person, then are taking a couple in person. And you know about music critiques, I'm able to explain that a little bit more in person, although Lord knows I try online. All right. I don't want to see anybody else say anything about Tom and Jerry, please. I have been looking for that or looking at that for years. And come on, let's just don't do Tom and Jerry. Please don't refer to that. And also, of course, I am going to get suspicious when you have it. Say you're doing something about J.S. Bach. All right. And you put all this in-depth information in there about counterpoint and fugue and, staccato, what that means. And I mean, you go into in-depth and then don't put a citation on it, you're not going to get over a 60. Okay, if you put the citation on it, you've got all of your words, your 150 words, and you cite your 2 or 3 sources you got that from. I have absolutely no problem with it. We are here to research. And then also, if somehow you've just had a bad day and you've slipped and you waited till 11:59 and a half to put that in, I will give you 6 days. It'll be in my feedback. This is why you made this. I need a source citation. We have very strict plagiarism rules. And if you use AI and you use a source without citing those sources, that is plagiarism, just pure and simple. Now, I'm not going to accuse you of that. I might say, hey, this is uncited. And that means, come on now. I know we got that from a source of information, so let's do it. All right, so we talked about it. Let's not plagiarize. Let's not talk about Tom and Jerry. Also, yes, if you're supposed to put, this selection evokes a whimsical attitude. Okay, I'll tell you, evoke and whimsical. I've seen that a good bit. Let's see if we can find a little bit other words. Now let's talk about this. And I'm not just trying to be, I'm very easy to approach and I'm very nice. And I'm just trying to give you a word to the wise. Wise, whereas I might be easy to work with over your career and beyond, somebody else might not be. People take plagiarism because very seriously, think if you wrote something you got no credit, you would be mad as all get out, right? You would be so offended, like, that person stole from me. It's like stealing money from them. So, and you know how you'd feel about that, because plagiarism is stealing, whether it's words or ideas. So if you got the idea from somebody, cite them, all right? If it's one of my lectures, cite me, whether it's in class or online, whatever. So I think I've made myself clear on that, and y'all have all been in school long enough to know that. Now, I'm not saying that everybody was taught it. I am not. I've been a teacher for years. I know how that goes. But in South Carolina, that anti-plagiarism all of that behavior, they're supposed to start talking about that in sixth grade, what it means not to copy someone's work and ideas. But if not, you heard it from me. Okay, next, and if you're still watching, thank you. Let me give you another way to add to your music critique. Now, if you don't like a piece, okay, that's okay. Like I said, your opinion's your opinion. As a matter of fact, I don't love every piece that I put out for students to critique it, but I appreciate it, okay? And that is the difference. This is a critique is pulling it apart, but yes, seeing if you can appreciate the skill, the years of learning, putting a piece down on paper for everybody or in software, whatever the case might be. So is appreciating what they put out there, or maybe appreciate that it was a good representative of a period of time. And let me tell you how you can do this. Now, and I have a point, I'm going to get to it. Those who see me in person know I might start out somewhere different, but I'm going to wind up where I need to be. All right, so say your friend comes up to you, and I mean, they got a new outfit on, and it's just gosh awful ugly. And they say, but they're proud of themselves. They feel good, right? So they're like, how do you like my outfit? And you're like, oh man, I was afraid they were going to ask that. But what you do is you're diplomatic and you tell them the truth without saying exactly what you feel or mean. And that's the same with critique. All right, so you might say to your friend, okay, that is a great color on you. Oh, I hope you got it at a good price. Stuff you can agree with. If it's a great color, tell them that. If you like the style, tell them, oh, that style is, good for you. And this is a life lesson too, all rolled up in there. Same with the music. I did not care for this selection. So you can not care for it, but put it in an academic way. I did not care for this, but I could see where it would be useful for study or at in an elevator or an office situation of some kind, or as entertainment for some. So that way you're not saying, I hate this piece, it's total crud, I never wanted to hear it again. That's not academic critiques, okay? That's not. Academic anything, you're coming up with an idea and you're supporting it with whatever you say, your research you do. So if you don't care for something, you can say it, but I still expect a good critique. Hey, I really liked the way that person played the trumpet, or the orchestra sounded good. And I always put something about tempo in it. And tempo is also relative. That's the Italian word for speed, because music, the language of music is Italian, all right? So you can say the tempo was upbeat, or the tempo was slow, or it changed midway through. As you see, I'm not talking about one particular song. I'm giving you possibilities. And dynamics has to do with volume. Oh, wow, this is a exciting piece. I like the dynamic level. It was about medium loud as I went through it, and it didn't change, but it kept my interest up. Or you can say, it started loud and got soft, whatever the case might be. But I appreciate you listening to this. I really do. And since this is so long, I wasn't going to do any extra credit, but you can contact me for 5 points extra credit if you made it this long, because this was long. All right. Thank you so much for choosing my class this term. I know you didn't have to, but it means a lot to me. I'm looking forward to getting to know you and seeing wonderful work. But let's not forget source citations. Let's also not talk about Tom and Jerry. Lord help us, please do not do that. All right, I'm asking you nicely, and I know you won't. Okay. And let's make sure we really support our arguments. Whether we like something or we don't like something, we're going to do it in an academic way, and that'll be a helpful hint for your life and your classes from here on out whenever you're allowed an opinion. Okay, take care of yourself and have a wonderful week. Be safe too.